Welcome to the first chapter of the subject ethics and social responsibility. So, in this, we will just introduce these terms like what is ethics and what is the social responsibility. Uh, because in later on lectures, we will explain all these terminology in detail, and there is a one chapter or one topic per uh, terminology is. So what is ethics, what is the theories of ethics, what is social responsibility, and all these benefits or how we do that. So this is just the introduction in the first chapter or first lecture. So like I told you in the previous slide, the opening slide, so we have to explain these, or we have to define these terminologies. So ethics and social responsibility. Ethics can be defined as individuals, occupational, organizational, or societal morals and values, while social responsibility is the practical application of ethical concern for benefit of society as a whole. So what is ethics? These are our moral values, our principles, our philosophy as individual or as an organization or as a society as a whole, that how we are behaving, how we are making the decisions, how we are saying things are good or things are not good, and how we have to live our life. So these are all. And also, after what ethics we have, or what principles or values we have, we apply to when we are doing any action. And social responsibility is basically our responsibility toward the society. It includes your friends, your family, your street, your city, even your country, and then even the universe. So these all things are coming, and these all our social responsibility is coming from the our ethical principles we are following. Ethics and social responsibility has a very close relationship, but they are not the same. As we discuss, ethics are the set of belief about right and wrong, whereas social responsibility is the obligation of us to contribute to the society. So they are two different things, but they have very close relationship. So I try to explain you that how because our subject is ethics and the social responsibility. So how ethics and social responsibilities are related, what are their connection, what is their relationship. So while I was searching this, I come with this idea that social responsibility as is an ethical theory in which individuals are accountable for fulfilling their civic duty, and action of an individual must benefit the whole of the society. So what is social responsibility? Like I already explained you, our social responsibility comes from our ethical theory, in which theory we believe, in which principles we believe. So in the later chapters we will also study about the different ethical theories. So according, and we believe in one theory or we believe in another theory, and that theory is basically trigger our actions or our responsibility, social responsibility toward our society. Civic duty is as a citizen, as the residents of that place, how we perform our duties and actions. So, and those actions which are beneficial to other people with whom we are living, or in where we are living. Even like I explained, it must be maybe your family, it may be your friends, maybe your university, it's maybe your workplace, it may be your country, where any club you are working, any place you are living together. So these all places um, are like a part of society. So your actions should be such that they should be beneficial for everyone, including yourself. In this way, there must be balance between economic growth, social welfare of society, and environment. So while you are doing any action, these are the three parameters, are the framework in which you have to see your action, that it should be working to all your action should be economic benefits, it should be welfare, and it environment should be not disturbed or not hurted. So we will explain this in the next slides. So we use highlighted in red that we use ethical theories to fulfill our responsibilities toward the society in which we live, to keep the balance among economic growth or well-being, social welfare, and economics. So like I explained you, we have to, any action should be measured or should be tested on these three parameters. So we cannot make more profit hurting our society or the environment. And same thing is that we always not looking for the environment, we have to also go for economic growth and social welfare. This picture will tell you, in the previous slide we discussed about that we use ethical theories to fulfill our responsibility towards society in which we live, to keep the balance among these three things or three objectives. So basically we have three objectives when we are doing any action or making any decisions toward the society. The first one is we also look about the what is the economic benefit of that action, and then what is the social benefit of that our action, and then what is the environmental. So we keep all these three things in our mind when we do a social responsible action, or we will get this help from our ethical theories. So these are like triple bottom line objectives of any individual or any company, any business, non-profit organization, anyone who is in the position of taking the decisions should keep these three things in mind to become a ethical or moral person or an organization. So these are our social responsibilities toward the society. If we just talk about profit and we will ignore the human beings and we ignore the environment, that is not good. Same thing is we cannot be only environmentalist and we cannot do any benefit, economic benefit or social benefit. So these are three things: money, human, and our environment. So these three things should be in our mind when we are doing any action in the society, any work, any job, any plan, any project. So we have to keep these three things in our mind. In previous slides, we talked about some of the terminologies, and let me go ahead and define these terminology for your benefit. So when in the future, in the future later on stages, when we will talk about social responsibility or ethical theories or economic well-being or social welfare and environment, so you understand what we are talking about. So let's discuss or explain one by one. Thank you. Ethical theories basically tell us that what is good and what is bad. So let's first define the ethical theory. So what is ethical theory? Ethical theory is a set of moral guidelines or principles which help us to make the right or justified decisions in our lives. So these theories, which are worked by the lot of philosophers or even in religious people, so these are basically set the guidelines or the principle, so how we have to live life, and our action should be justified. If anything we are doing, it should be justifiable by the ethical theories or the guidelines which are provided us by religious or by a society or by the philosopher. So it is like a compass. Is a device from which tell you the direction. If you got lost somewhere, if you have to make the decisions and you have different options, different ways to go, so it will tell you to which way is the right one, and which one is the not right. So it is like a compass to tell us the direction what to do or where to go. So actions, so this is like our roadmap, or is a, is a, like there are a lot of religion books or the writings are. So if we have any issue, we go there and read that and get the direction. So ethical theories are concerned with what is good for the individual and society, and is also described as a moral philosophy. So this will explain us what is good for us, like I told you before, and what is not good for us, and it is like moral philosophy. And from the, if what are basically ethics is also set of our beliefs, what we are believing. So this is also the philosophy is set of beliefs. So our beliefs come from the ethical theory. So moral philosophy is the branch of philosophy that explain what is right and what is wrong. So ethical theories are basically guide providing us guidelines, and if we have any issue, anything we got lost, they will tell us where to go and what to do. And depending upon our moral philosophy, if we are believing in those principles, we will do that. If we are not believing in those principles, maybe we will not do it. Social responsibility is basically our obligation toward the society, world, and the universe. After discussing ethics, let's now explain a little bit about the social responsibility. Social responsibilities or obligations are assisting society to achieve the cherished or desired values for the society at present, and also for the new generation, for the sustainability of culture and the development. So it is our social responsibility, our obligations, our duty to help other people to achieve these values set by the society, not only for the present generation in which we are living, but also for the future generations. So these all come in the social responsibility spectrum, or the scope of the social responsibilities. Usually or mostly they are like four different kinds of social responsibilities, or four different category of social responsibilities are. And the first one is the ethical or moral duties, then our legal obligations or duty, and then our economic responsibilities towards society, and then philanthropic. So that is like in future, in next classes we will discuss whole social responsibility model. So we will explain that how these four things work. So basically social responsibility is our responsibility toward other people where we are living, including, like I told you, friends, your family, your community, your country, in even universe, even world, and even universe. I will add to that too. So these are all our actions toward that. So we will do good thing that to achieve their cherish mean desired values which they want to do. And mostly these values may be economical, maybe social, maybe environmental. These are all set of the values. So these are resources. So let's in next slide discuss the some of the examples of the social responsibility. So some of the most common example of social responsibility include fair dealing. Yes, when you are dealing with the people, you should be very fair. You don't hurt people. You will be fair. Win-win situations create for everyone with your business dealing or any other dealing. When you are promising, you fulfill the promise. Don't cheat people. Then the next one is the charitable, like from its words that you have to give the charity to the people who need those. Charity could be monetary, maybe helping, social helping. You can teach someone, you can anything you have, you can share with the other people or help in the people to achieve their objectives, like in previous slides we have discussed that. Then volunteer in the community. Yes, you can do the volunteer things, anything you can do easily for other people. So that is taking the participating in the activities to help the community. Then action which benefit the environment. Of course, this is very important that we, like I explained to you previously, we have to sustain this environment, so for us and for other future people. sustain mean to maintain, that we don't have to destroy. So no wastage, and we have to do the conservations. We have to save the resources for us and also for the next generation, and there is no wastage. Then socially and environmentally conscious awareness. This is very important, that we will teach other people about the social and environmental conscious. This basically, the purpose of this subject is also that we should create the and a awareness among all these students or all the audience, that they should be socially responsible. So this is the few examples of the social responsibility, but there are like a lot of many other responsibilities, and we will discuss that also, and maybe I will give you one assignment about that. Plantation is one of the volunteer work you do in the community, so to sustain the environment. So this is one of the example of the your social responsibility toward the environment. Thank you. So like I explained to you in the previous slides or previous part of my lecture, that when we are doing the any social responsibility or any action in our life, we have to see three things, three parameters to make the correct or justified decision. The first one is economic well well-being. So economic well-being is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to build financial knowledge and skills, access to safe and affordable financial products and economic resources, and opportunities for generating income and asset building. So economic welfare is like that. They should have knowledge about finance, about money, about how, and the skills to make that money. uh, these are all economic welfare. Then access to safe and affordable financial products like loan, or any, if there is any government is giving any program for charity or from helping people skill wise or money wise, so they should have equal access. It's not that they shouldn't have access. So this is also including our social responsibility or social attitude toward the society. So then opportunity for generating income, yes, like jobs, like business. So every individual in a society should have a opportunity to or access to the knowledge, skills, resources, and opportunity of economic well-being. So this is the main objective of this economic well-beings, that they shouldn't be only certain class should have enjoying all these things and the rest of the people are not enjoying that, which is in every society, and it is becoming like income distribution is becoming so skewed. Some people are very rich and some people are, most of the people are very poor. We will discuss also economic income or economic inequality in the later chapters. Economic well-being is like involving everyone on this world to have economic independence, have better opportunities, and access to all the resources. Social well-being is like raising the living standard of everyone in this society. Yes, the next parameter or the next leg of the framework is the social welfare. After economic welfare, we have to look people's social welfare. Like if we can say economic welfare is like hardware, and social welfare of the people is like their soft skills, their their living standards. These are all included in the social welfare. So is social welfare is the assistance provided to individuals and family need to raise their living standards. So in my opinion, this is like instant help. So economic help, we train them to make the money and give them the skills and education, but here we have to give them the direct help, like in the coronavirus, government has giving like some money to each and every poor family. So this was like social welfare, and providing them medical health medical facilities, sorry, health facilities, food and unemployment compensation. This is all. So this all social welfare is to keep them humane, so they will not die with hunger and they will not die without shelter, like providing shelter. These are all per kind of social welfare programs. It is mostly it is done by the government or the NGOs. So the social welfare is assistance provided to individuals and families in need to raise their living standards. So like we are there are a lot of poverty elevation programs, and bringing people from out of the poverty, below the poverty line. So assistance may include health care assistance, food and unemployment compensation. Social welfare system may also include disaster relief and educational assistance. So there are a lot of scholarship we are giving, or in case of, like I already explained to you, disasters relief. Due to this COVID-19, a lot of families suffered because they lost the job or the things. So these all things are coming under the social welfare program. Another important component of our social responsibility is, or the ethics is, the to saving our environment and keeping them sustainable. So environment is the surroundings or the condition in which individuals, families, communities, animal or plants live or operate. So now we go one further steps, so we also involve in that our society or in our environment, animals and the plants, because those are also living organisms. So the surroundings is not only the human beings, it also include the animals and also the plants. So we have to take care of also, we don't do any action which hurt the animals and the plants around us. The natural environment encompasses all the living and the non-living things occurring naturally, meaning in this case not the artificial. So everything should be protected, everything should be giving proper attention, even is a living or non-living. Like I give you the example of, water is not maybe living thing, but we don't waste that, we don't abuse the things, the resources we have. So we keep them and use them very optimally, so efficiently and effectively. It's not like that we are wasting anything, because if we waste anything, then maybe the next generation don't have these things to use that, and they may not sustain the life. The term is most often applied to the earth or some parts of the earth and even universe. We are not doing anything to, there's a layer on top of us which is part of universe, so we are not doing anything to poke that's. So these all things are including in the environment. So these three things should be take care of that any action our should be, even individual or as an organization, as a business, as a community, should be taking care of all these things economically, socially and environmentally. So we have to take care of these things while we are living in the society. One of the dimensions of our social responsibility of all of us is to save the environment and save this world. Okay, now we come to end of our lecture. So if you have any question, please let me know. So I will be glad to answer all of your questions. So thank you for your time and listening. Please go through these things again. And if you have any question, I'm telling again, or if you think anything we need to explain more, so let me know. Thank you and have a nice day.